chat back.
It is a lovely good morning to you and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Chatback right here on Radio Christian Voice. My name is Angel Kasama. Always great to know that you are tuned in this morning. A reminder that this conversation is live on Facebook. You go to your Facebook and search for RCV News. RCV News is a platform where we post everything current affairs. So come through and let's get interactive on that platform. You can also let us know where you are watching from, your question and contribution in the comment section. The number is 0956 200 490. 0956 200 490. That's the number that you can get in touch with the studio and you will have a conversation with our guest this morning. Today, we travel to the northern circuit of the country and we are looking at the topic Unlocking the Northern Circuit for National Development. This is our particular topic of discussion today, Unlocking the Northern Circuit for National Development. And I'm privileged to be joined in studio by the Northern Province Minister, who is also Mpulungu Member of Parliament, Honorable Leonard Mbao. Honorable, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, our listeners and those of us that are following us on Facebook. Good morning. We welcome you and thank you for having me this morning.
Honorable, it's always great to have you on this platform. How is the Northern Circuit doing this morning?
We're doing great.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah, we've been following some of the work that you have been doing, and you are fresh from coming from these delimitation meetings. How did they go? Were you impressed with the number of stakeholders that turned up for these delimitation meetings?
Yeah, it's very gratifying because when His Excellency the President and the government, the UPND government started this issue of Bill 7, I think one of the key issues that we're explaining is that we need to have more constituencies because we are in a stage where we are dealing with devolution. We are dealing with ensuring that we give power to the people on the ground. And there was a lot of resistance from some circles. I think at that time you would feel that the country is on fire because there will be other people on the left, other people on the right, talking about the Bill 7. And after all that, CAM is now here, and I was very happy to see that even those who were in the forefront to criticize Bill 7, they are now in the forefront to ensure that they get these constituencies that are among the 70 that came as a result of the Bill 7. So it's a good thing as a nation. Sometimes we have to have hot discussions but when you have leadership that is looking forward-looking and they know what we are doing is the right thing, you try to stand your ground, and at the end of the day, everyone is happy. So as Northern Province, I think you heard to say that all the meetings in all the districts have been quite packed, and we have seen situations where people are saying, no, in our district we cannot have one. We need to have more than one. If you are not giving us more than one, you can go back. So that's a level of participation that we are receiving from citizens. And we want to thank ECZ. I think the consultative process has been very fruitful for now. And we are hoping the process continues until we know which particular 70 districts are going to receive these 70 constituencies that have been created.
Yeah, most definitely. And also we saw, I think it should be an incident in Kasama where there was strong sentiments that if Kasama cannot be given, I think, was it two or three?
Two.
Yes, and there was cause for more constituencies. Now, the critics of Bill 7 then say this is the reason as to why we're not for this, because they are of the view that such conversations should have started before Bill 7. So you start the conversations of delimitation, you go across the country so that you have an idea of the number of constituencies that we ought to increase, as opposed to the way your critics say we did it in reverse. We say there's 70, then we go for consultation. So the argument is, why didn't we first go for consultation? Then we decide to say instead of 70, maybe 80 or 90. So then does this also, those conversations that your critics had, when you look at the situation, do those now conversations have substance to say maybe they were right, we should have done the reverse consultations, then come up with a number?
Very good question, but that's very straightforward. I'll answer you to say that government does not change. What changes are the leaders. So the Zambian government is going to be there. Whether there's UPND, there's this particular party, you come and participate in the same government. And what the government has done, it has done. You remember in 2019, there were all these issues where ECZ went there and got the reports, and all those things were there. That's why ECZ was telling you that we have the information. Because in 2019, ECZ said we wanted to do the delimitation before the 2021 elections. But unfortunately, the Bill 10 did not go through, which means they never had now the legal mandate to go on and do the delimitation. Now, that report was still seated. And then because this report now is there, they say, no, things have not changed on the ground. We still have to go on and do delimitation. That's where you saw now His Excellency the President, who's the leader of government, ushered in the technical committee which went all around. But unfortunately, some of the sections of our people decided to stay away from the committee while most of us went and did our submissions. You remember when we did the Bill 7 initially, we had we're looking at the money issues and what is going to happen. So we said, no, we are going to do 55. But the technical committee going in there places where they say, no, here we need this. This is what is going to be needed here. And according to them, they said, if we are going to do delimitation, then we should do a minimum of 70 constituencies. That is exactly what has happened. So it was quite consultative because people went on the ground and got the information that was there. But unfortunately, those others who felt they don't want to be part of the process, now they want to come up to be part of the process when things have already been done. It's a bit difficult. But the consultation was there, and we want to thank the President and the government to say that what we did was the right thing, and I am sure the country is going to benefit from the proceeds of Bill 7.
Most definitely. All right. Now, we also do understand that you hold another hat of Mpulungu Member of Parliament. You are Northern Province Minister, but also Mpulungu Member of Parliament. Let's quickly touch the constituency. And every time we come across a Member of Parliament that comes from Mpulungu, the other time you're being sort of talked about in the National Assembly that we are worried on the health of our Mpulungu Member of Parliament because in his constituency, cholera is something that is a traditional ceremony. Now, this is something that, of course, you inherited. You came onto the scene and you found that there were these problems. But this is 4 years, almost 5 years into your leadership as Member of Parliament for Mpulungu constituency. And even to today, the Minister of Health still says one of the hotspots that we have across the country is Lusaka and Mpulungu. Kindly share with us, from your findings, what is the problem when it comes to cholera outbreak in your constituency? And what are some of those measures that you've undertaken to ensure that this is curtailed long term?
Thank you very much. A very, very good question. The issue of cholera in our district in Mpulungu is quite a problem that is not starting today. It has been there for some time. Now, the factors that we have tried to find out why are we having these outbreaks from time to time. There are two different factors. The major, the key factors. Number one, we have to consider that Mpulungu is a border town. So government has put up a number of health facilities across the borders of the lake, the lake shores. And because most of the places where we border our Tanzanians, our friends from Congo, even as far as Burundi, is through the lakeshore. So you find to say that Mpulungu is like a marketing center where everyone wants to come, and when they have got fish, whatever they want to come and sell from Mpulungu market. I think that's why we are now putting up a fish market, because we never had a fish market. It was just people selling from the open space. So the project is underway to ensure that there's shelter there are proper facilities at the selling place. Now, the issue is, as these people come sometimes they are going to come to do the sales because they have got fish that they want to come and sell, and other products that they are cross-border traders. It's cross-border traders. But again, we have got people, just because we have got enough health facilities within as Zambia. So sometimes when there's a problem within our neighbors, you find the nearest health facility that they would trust is a facility that is across in Zambia. So they would come, they bring their sick there, and when they bring their sick, the mentality of our people, we are very kind people. The way we live there, you find we've got relatives because of intermarriage and the other things. And when someone comes into a facility across, people now from this particular community, they would want to go and see them at the hospital. As a result, you find to say that if that case is going before realizing it is already filtering within the communities, you end up spreading it now within the community. So that is imported cholera that we've been having quite a number of times. The other type of cholera that we have there is looking at the area the way it is. Mpulungu is in the valley. And where they are in the valley, when there's a lot of rains, you find water everywhere. And it's one district which doesn't have proper sanitation facilities. So almost the entire district is dependent on the pit latrines and septic tanks and the others. So now when the rains come like this, you find the entire waste is going to go into the lake, the same water, the lake that people want to use to drink and do the other things, to the extent that sometimes when we do boreholes, you find to say that they will go and test water to say, no, the water from the boreholes is also contaminated, because so much digging in terms of pit latrines and the other sanitation facilities that we are using. So that one has contributed. When you look at our place, you find to say that the population is growing. We are now almost going to 200,000 people concentrated in a small area. And that concentration, coupled with lack of proper sanitation facilities, we end up contaminating our water quite often, and as a result, you see cholera outbreaks. So, in terms of the measures that the government is putting in place to ensure that we try to reduce the scourge is just surveillance measures. I think what we have done, there's a place that the district has created so that those cross-border traders, when they come, they're supposed to arrive at this one particular place so that they are screened, so that we know that they are not sick, to avoid the issue of importing cholera quite often. And also, we have set up centers in the borderlines, so that those people that are crossing, they shouldn't come too far into the country. They should be just by there. They could be treated just within the borders of the country to ensure that we reduce the imported cholera. Then we are working on a program. I think we've started to say that when you look at our district, it was not planned properly. I think it's a district that has got a lot of issues. So working with the traditional leadership and Senior Chief Tafuna, we have managed to acquire a piece of land, quite a good piece of land, where we are thinking we are doing the planning. We are just waiting for the land development from Minister of Land so that we can do the surveys, and we do the road network and the power network, so that we start now giving plots so that we can reduce the concentration of people within the current CBD. If other people could go the other side, we widen the area where people are living. It's going to reduce the concentration of the people in one area.
Depopulating the valley.
Yes, depopulating it's within the valley.
It's within the valley.
But people are in one small place. So what we want to do is try to expand that place. With that expansion, because we now have a planned area, we depopulate here. We are going to do a proper sanitation system in the new area. And if this place is depopulated again, it's going to give us now a chance to try to do some sanitation programs within the current areas. That way, we hope we will be able to
and if you're talking about planning, when are these sanitation programs going to start within the valley? Because others will say that's more of long term. When do you plan to
No, it's not long term. As I have said, we are just waiting for the land development. The plans have already been done. Our application is at Minister of Lands, so that we can access some funds under land development. Then they do the surveys and everything. Then we move in. It's a very, very active project. That is not in the long term, but it's something that we want to implement now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. We actually hope that these particular measures that you are implementing as a constituency, as a district, come to fruition, because most of the times, Honorable Minister, we do get Mpulungu is always stopping when it comes to cholera cases.
And the other issue also that maybe I didn't talk about is, I mentioned, of course, to say that during this time you find water is contaminated. You find sometimes even groundwater. If groundwater is not contaminated, because of the nature of the place, you find most of the boreholes, they run dry. So people have no option but to go and fetch water from, whether it's from the get raw water from the lake or small streams.
Yeah.
That has caused a lot of problems. But now government has put in a place, we are doing up a massive water project that is ongoing. We are hoping maybe by April next month or the other month, we should be able to commission it. That way we'll be able to produce water in large quantities, because now water is one of the major issues that we have in the district. That is also contributing to these outbreaks of cholera. We are hoping if we can deal with that.
And to the layperson, they always wonder, why is it that areas that have got abundance of water, there's a lake there, why is it that they have challenges to have usable water for their daily needs? Why is that? Because sometimes for the layperson, they're thinking, we're seeing water here, but it's a challenge to have water. What is the connection there?
Well, in our case, I think we had a water system, but of course I have mentioned to say that the population has increased rapidly. I think over the last few years we have seen quite sharp increase in terms of population. Maybe it's because of high birth rate, but also because of people are moving from other places, because it's a very urban area. People want to be in this particular area. So we have seen a sharp rise in the number of people that are here. That has now challenged the current water system that is there. It has become inadequate. That's why government now is planning ahead to say that this population is growing. So as we have done in terms of planning of the facilities that are there, they are too much for the current population, but we are looking into the future. We shouldn't have this problem after a few years. And also we want to, that huge program that we have put in place, the water program and also we are going to maintain this same one, so that the two of them should be able to talk together, so that we just have plenty of water. The water issue should be a thing of the past within the district. Yeah.
All right. Now, before we get to some of the specific projects that you are undertaking as a constituency, before we quickly get back to the province at large, there has been I would say two types of scholars that usually say, and this is a case study of Mpulungu constituency, that in an area or a constituency, when you see there are so many aspiring candidates to be members of parliament, it could either mean two things. One, it could be that democracy is thriving. Or two, it could be that maybe the incumbent hasn't delivered to the people's expectations. And we've seen that Mpulungu has been no separate case. We are seeing a lot of aspiring candidates that have come to the fore. Some that have even offered themselves to the ruling party, to your government, that look, I'm ready for adoption. Which of the two sides do you think Mpulungu constituency belongs to? Is it that maybe as Member of Parliament you have not delivered to the expectations of the people, or it is a sign that democracy is thriving?
Thank you very much. I will tell you that it's a surge of people wanting to contest, not only in Mpulungu. When I look at Northern Province, we have some districts where they have more than 20 candidates wanting to vie for the position of MP, for the position of mayor, for the position of councillor, all the positions there. There are a lot of people. And this is not a surprise. We should give credit to the President of the Republic of Zambia. I think someone mentioned when we had we met the councillors, I think one of the councillors mentioned to say that even if in the new act, the Act number 13, we have introduced positions like seats for women. I think it's about 20 seats for women, and also 15 seats for youth, if I'm not mistaken. We are going to have more women. We are going to have more youths, because thanks to this government, thanks to His Excellency the President, the playing field has been leveled. If you had participated, I participated in the elections in 2016, I participated in the elections in 2021. What used to happen was unacceptable. And now we are coming into a situation where what used to happen in Kasama, just like I'll give an example on the by-election that we had in Kasama, where you would meet actually this vehicle and this vehicle, this is for UPND, this is for FDD, this you crisscross like that without throwing stones, without pointing at each other. It's unprecedented. It's unprecedented. So we should give credit where it's due. We want to give credit to His Excellency the President for the environment that is created. And because of this environment, as we have seen to say that everyone said, no, I can do this because it's safe. I'm not going there to be killed. I'm going there to offer myself. And this is how democracy is supposed to be. You need to have a very good, big pool of people that people have. You are giving them better choice, a wider choice, so that they are able to choose, okay, this one maybe it should be the one who can do a better job. So it's a healthy situation and nothing to worry about. So I'm very, very happy. And we want to also encourage others who are still in hiding that please come forth and offer yourself so that the Zambian people can have a wider choice.
Yeah. So for those that argue that because maybe the incumbents have failed to deliver, you don't buy into that analysis.
Failing to deliver in the current government is impossible.
What is your story as a member of Parliament?
Yeah, if you remember, from behind, a member of Parliament was a lobbyist. You just need to be lobbying from this particular ministry to that particular ministry. No, lobbying, we can do something here. Please help us here. Please help us here. Because you find, as a member of Parliament, you are from the legislature. You are not from the executive. This project implementation and everything is the preserve of the executive. So when a member of Parliament goes to Parliament, say, no, bring water. How is he going to bring water? If he's going to bring water, he has to go to the executive, to the Minister of Water. Please help our people here. These are the issues. Minister of Water also has got a plan. For your area, my plan is this. So sometimes I have found this issue in politics, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad. we have done an airport in Kasama. The president will say, I have given you the airport. The MP for Kasama Central will say, I have given you an airport. The councillor for that particular, I have given you an airport. And the provincial minister will say, I have given you an airport. And then the minister, who is maybe for transport, is going to say, I have given you an airport. And the infrastructure said, I've given you, who has given an airport? Who has built that? It's something that I found very confusing but nice.
But it's a good thing. At least everybody has a cut on it.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that's how teamwork works.
Yeah. So as far as you are concerned, Honourable Minister, Member of Parliament from Mpulungu, you have delivered to the people's expectations.
We have delivered, like I've said, it's very impossible for now. I started from the issue of being a lobbyist to now the president has given members of parliament decisions to make. We are now decision makers apart from being a legislature. So we are doing our legislative functions, we are doing the lobbying functions. At the same time, we are also making decisions through the CDF because we have to sit. Here is the money. Can you make decisions? They give you money. This is the 40 million that we have given you. As a member of parliament, as a council, as a CDF, sit down and see how you can use it. It never used to happen.
How's been the performance of CDF in Mpulungu constituency?
Very, very good. The only problem that that has been there is that, as you might be aware, Mpulungu is the biggest constituency in terms of land size that we have in Northern Province. So that's why we are welcoming the delimitation, because if we are going to be divided into two, that's fantastic. They need to be easier to even reach more corners of the constituents. Otherwise, we have done quite a lot with CDF. We can try to itemize how many things that we have done, how many things are currently being done, and how many things are in the plans, because we still have got the 40 million for this year, which we haven't even started working those projects. So it's a lot of issues that we are working on. We are going to be even better. We having two constituencies, because now we are going to have 80 million instead of the 40, which kudos to the president. We're really happy. And this is the only, for me, I know, we are now doing less lobbying because you don't have time. There are decisions that you are supposed to be made on the ground. So we are now spending most of our time being on the ground to ensuring to say that we make decisions, we work with our councils, to ensure that projects move. And when we started, I always tell people to say that the way this country has been run, our councils have been not doing anything, especially those in the rural areas. You find there's no revenue to collect, there's nothing to do. So what you do is they are just waiting for the, what is it called, the equalization fund. When the equalization fund comes, you use it for salaries and everything. You start waiting for the next equalization fund. But now councils are busy. But because of that, where they are coming from and where we are, we find to say that there was a bit of some lag in the councils to find it was difficult to find when they are going to do a project. Sometimes it's of they are unable to plan it properly, they are unable to supervise it properly, they are unable to do this. But with time, we are seeing the councils also, they are coming now to the show to say that, okay, now this is a new era where we are, and we see things moving a bit more faster, things being done in a better way, fulfilling what the president has said, to say that in this government we are going to ensure, whatever we do, we are going to ensure that we live with the three rules that we have been given: quality, timely delivery, and what else? Price.
Thank you. Also, something that I've noticed or that I've come across with provincial ministers and also some cabinet ministers, there's been a lot of concerns from the people that cabinet ministers and some provincial ministers that are members of parliament in different constituencies, there's been a complaint that they are very difficult people to catch on the ground. Their absence from their respective constituencies where they do come from. And I was having a conversation just when I was doing my research with some people in your constituency and said, look, the minister is coming tomorrow. What are some of those questions that you would love me to ask him? And they said, we feel the minister has fairly done well, but we don't feel enough of his presence in the constituency. What do you have to say about that complaint that has come through from the people of Mpulungu?
Yeah, it is a big issue because when you have you are appointed as a minister, it's another responsibility that you have been given, which you have to. It's full-time employment, being a minister. Because you are given an office, you expect to be in the office. From there, when Parliament is sitting, again, you have to be at Parliament. So you have to divide your time. You are different from someone who's just an MP, because from Parliament, he goes to the constituency. You from Parliament, you are going to the office. And according to the rule, even when you are here, for example, the minister, maybe for youth, because if he has to go to Kaputa, of course he has to put it in writing. I am going for this particular week, because you are employed. That time you are not going to be in your office. So it's a critical balance that people have to understand. I am running the entire province of Northern Province. So in addition to being an MP from Mpulungu, now if I'm going to say every day I'm in Mpulungu, then what happens elsewhere? Because I have to represent the president across the corners of the province. So it's something that people have to understand, because it's a responsibility that has been...
But at least you do have your representatives there, that people can have a conversation and say, pass on this message to the Honourable Minister.
Of course, the way we work, we don't work in a vacuum. I was just giving an example to say that when a project is done, there are a lot of people that will say, I did this. First of all, we start with the councillor. We have got a councillor. All the wards have got councillors that we are supposed to be communicating with and ensuring to that you are sharing the problems and the successes together. Sharing, there's a problem here. From the councillor, you have got the mayor or the council chairperson, whatever the case might be. So you find... You have got a councillor who is always with the people. You have got the mayor who is always at the office at the council. So the councillor is in the community. The mayor is at the council. Then you yourself, we are at the Parliament here. So when you, from time to time, you go there, but you expect to say that the councillor and the mayor have been on the ground. Yeah. And then you just go to get a report. No, this is what is happening here. There is a problem. Let's visit this particular area so that we can go and... deal with this particular problem that we have found out. That's how we suppose to be moving. Yeah. But sometimes you find the case is not like that on the ground. You find the mayor is going this side, the councillor is going this side, so you find there's that lack of coordination in terms of work. Right. But ideally, it's supposed to be straightforward.
All right. Yeah. So lastly, before we move to the province, there's also an issue of some crossing points in the constituency. Like you said, the constituency is quite vast and large. So we've got an area called the Plateau, where for a long time, people there feel that they've been left out in development. They give examples of how the valley is doing, the mainland. They're saying, look, there's so much economic activity happening, but here in the Plateau, we kind of feel, we've been left out a little bit. Now, with delimitation in sight, as Member of Parliament, what would be your assuring words to the people of that particular area and just the entire constituency, that those challenges that they are facing, you are working on them and you are resolute to ensuring that they are sorted out?
For sure, the case has been very bad, especially in the past, before CDF. Because you start with communication. You find communication, people, these network providers, they want to concentrate in areas where they are going to get a return for the investment that they are investing there. So you find if they are going outside, they go into a rural area, you find that, no, this particular investment is not really bringing in what we are supposed to. As a result, you find them shunning, taking a lot of their monies in those particular areas, where government now has to come in and try to equalize. That has not been something that has been quite efficient, because if you go into my district, for example, I see one of the big challenges that we are dealing with is communication, especially in far-flying areas. Because I mentioned my district is about 10,980 square kilometers, so it's quite vast. And it's quite mountainous in some instances, which means that if you have to put the network, it has to be from here quite low, smaller distances, because of the way the area is. And for now, it's getting better, and we are very happy to hear of delimitation, because it means this area, for example, Mpulungu, someone mentioned to say that Mpulungu has delimited itself before we even went to delimitation. That's why it was even easy we started dealing with numbers. How do we balance numbers? But you can't balance numbers, because Mpulungu itself we have got a plateau and a valley. The two places are very different from each other. You find the lifestyle is different, the activities is different, everything is different, even the weather is different altogether. So we have the plateau and the valley. The plateau is very vast, and the major economic activities is usually farming. We have got a lot of farmland, nice water there for farming, nice soils, and we are doing very well in terms of farming on that particular area. And it's an area, because of it's a farmland, it's sparsely populated. You don't find a lot of people there. You find it's a big ward. Maybe 70, 80 kilometers are stretched, but when you come to the registered voters, they say no, they are only 1,000 registered voters. They are only 2,000, just like that. But the land is vast, because these are farms, and that's what you expect to find in farming communities. When you come to the valley is like peri-urban areas where people are, and all across there, they are fishermen. And fishermen live in smaller spaces, but you find a lot of them. And this is where we are even talking about the issues of cholera and the other things. Densely populated. So you find to say that for any business person who want to do a service, you want to go into the densely populated area where there are a lot of people, because there are a lot of customers, and you don't want to concentrate on the other side. So this issue has come in handy. We have tried under CDF to ensure that we spread development across the entire constituency. Now that if we are going to have the plateau having its own constituency, then we will see massive development in that particular area. And it is going to be, for me, I call it an area, that's the future of Mpulungu, that plateau, because you do anything. That's where you have the Kasama Bay, that's where you have the Nkamba Bay, that's where you have this, there's everything that you want to find is in that particular plateau area. So it's a massive area, and it's going to be a very good thing for the people of Mpulungu.
I know I actually said lastly on the constituency, but before I forget, Mpulungu constituency boasts of having the only harbour in the country. And just when the New Dawn government took over office, there were conversations of an upgrade for this particular harbour, Mpulungu harbour. What is the latest, Honourable Minister, with this particular upgrade? Because it has been quiet and the people have been very expectant.
Of course, we have those plans. Initially, I think even the President has mentioned about it, even on national events, like when he comes to Parliament, to open Parliament, he said this is a key area. And of course, you understand to say that the direction of this government, the UPND, is to try as much as possible to use private sector money. Where it allows, if its government is so much interested in this particular area, we are using the PPP way. We have done roads, we have done this. We are doing all this in order to avoid the trap that we were in, the debt trap. So we have seen the government is doing very, very well to ensure that we don't just unnecessarily accumulate debt again, because we have to learn from our past. So this issue, when you come to Mpulungu Harbour, I think we have the situation where we've got quite a number of people to try to come and invest there.
So you're going the PP way, the PPP way.
That has been the ideal situation, but of course you would see for now to say that the harbour is not doing fine because of competition from our friends in Congo, and also some of the
which has got a
products
bearing on economic activities in the constituency.
It has, in terms of activities, is going down. You find that business has not been very good for the harbour. So it's something that we need to sit down and try to see what is it that we can do outside what the harbour has been doing throughout, because it's like there's some changes in terms of our business environment in that particular area. That's why I've said, I think I've heard even our Mpulungu football club, which is struggling because it feeds from the harbour, which is not doing fine. When your parents are not doing fine, you find to say that even the children start struggling in what they are doing. So it's an issue that we had a meeting with the board chairman to see, putting in place to say what is it that we can do to improve the activities.
Are you able to give us a time frame on when perhaps maybe things will be better with regards to Mpulungu Harbour?
Well, Mpulungu Harbour is a company that is owned by our, what do you call it? This company that owns parastatal companies in this country, IDC, yes. It's under IDC, so decisions are being done, but whatever we are going to do, we still have to go to IDC for them, because they are the owners. So in terms of what is the parameter, what are the parameters, what time frame do you give? It would be not correct for me to do that, because of course
but certainly not closure, right?
Because
there's been those rumors.
There's
been those rumors that perhaps maybe they are considering to close it down altogether because financially things are just not happening.
That's not possible. That's not possible. It's not going to be closed. What we see is just trying to transform it so that it can go back to the past glory. It's unfortunate to say that it has operated for quite some time profitably, and at some point it was the most profitable parastatal in the country. But unfortunately, there was no much that was reinvested to ensure to say that, first of all, we look into the future. How is this business going in the next 10 years, next 5 years? What is it that we need? Because you need to have that foresight when you are running a business, so that you're not caught up like the way we are. So that's the situation. We are working around the clock to ensure that we try to revitalize it. And that is going to be done working together, IDC and government coming in to ensure that it continues operating.
All right. In case you're just tuning in, you are listening to Wednesday's edition of Chatback right here on Radio Christian Voice. My name is Kasama Angel, and I'm privileged to be joined in studio by Northern Province Minister Honorable Leonard Mbao, who is also Mpulungu Member of Parliament. And this morning we are looking at the topic, unlocking the Northern Circuit for National Development. This is our topic of discussion. You can come through on Facebook. Let us know where you are watching from this morning. You can leave your comment in the comment section for your contribution, and also question. You can leave them over there. And then later on, we will open the phone lines on the number 0956 200 490 to give you an opportunity to have a conversation with our guest this morning. Now, Honorable Minister, let's look at the broader province, and I'll start with a criticism that has come through specifically to your office, Honorable Minister. They're saying as much as the New Dawn government has scored in the free education policy, school feeding program, the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, and other areas, as Northern Province, we do not feel that this particular circuit is being opened for national development because of the elephant in the room, and that has been the road network. We could start it off from Mpika all the way to Kasama. If you decide to go all the way to Mporokoso, you decide to go to Mbala, Mpulungu, the road network has been a challenge, and you have been on record assuring the people of the province that this particular issue is going to be worked on. Honorable Minister, is it true that perhaps as a government you have failed to deliver with regards to the road network in the province?
Yeah, thank you. Very good question. I'd want, first of all, to answer to say that we have not failed to deliver. and I would also want to inform you that road network is not only specific to Northern Province. I think the entire country, our road network is very, very bad. I have had time to visit other places where the road network, we feel to say that even our roads are even better. But that is not to make sense. A lot of things are okay where they are. Things are very bad, and the government has not forgotten about it. I will start with the road that is from Mpika. I think I've been on record to say that initially the government wanted had put this road, especially from Mpika all the way to Mbala. Wanted to start maintaining it. But as we were looking for finances, where are we going to get finances from? Private players came, and these private players came through, and when they came through, they said, wow, we want to do this road, the entire stretch from Mpika all the way into Mpulungu, and also to add the Mbala to Zombe area, including the idea of putting up, because this government wants to improve and ensure that there is a bigger border facility at the Zombe border there. So, and the president is on record when he visited Egypt. There was a memorandum of understanding that was signed with the developer. And therefore, what we are waiting is for the conclusion of negotiations, because sometimes we want, because it's a road that they are doing, and then we need to do fast. We forget the small details. At the end of the day, then we start crying. This government, the president has been on record. We do things properly. We don't want to rush. Yes, we want a road. But we have to look at the consequences of what our actions today. Because whatever you do, well, there are consequences. So government is looking at ensuring to say that as we sign this contract, the PP contract, which is going to be signed very soon, it is something that is the satisfaction, or the clauses that are there, the terms and conditions are supposed to be agreeable to the government before we go on to start see us signing that project. So these consultations are there. It's negotiations.
So this is for the Mpika Kasama road.
Mpika Kasama all the way to Mpulungu.
All the way to Mpulungu.
Yes. So this one
under
is
a PPP.
Under a PPP. Yes.
Okay.
So what we are just waiting, a memorandum of understanding has already been signed. So what we are waiting is just for the official PPP agreement to be signed, so that the contractor, the developer, can come on the ground and do that road. So we have not neglected. That road is very, very much under consideration. It's just a matter of time. Please, let's understand to say that we are caring. This is our country. Whatever we do as a government, we have to bear the consequences of what happens. So we want to do the best for the people of Zambia, and not just the expediency that someone would want. So things are being discussed, and very soon we are going to announce that no, we have agreed, and this is going to be a ceremony where we are going to do a PPP signing ceremony. Then the contractor moves on side. Then everyone is going to be happy.
How soon is soon, Honorable Minister?
Very, very soon. It's supposed to be this year. So if it's happening this year, then it's very soon. Sure.
Yeah, because soon could also be next year, January.
No, it's this year.
It's this year.
Yes.
All right. And then in Mporokoso, if you are traveling all the way to areas of Nsama, what are the plans there?
Yeah. When you go to Mporokoso Nsama, that road has not finished. Mporokoso, first Kasama Mporokoso road. There are some bridges that are needed to be finished there. We are using acro bridges for now. The old acro bridges that were there, we have not yet finished those bridges, but you find that these are the roads that were done a long time ago, and they have been like that for a very, very long time. So at least there people have got even the acro bridges where they can cross. We are prioritizing places like Besuma Bridge, where there's literally nothing. We have stopped traffic there, so we find to say that there, since we have a number of projects that our friends left, they didn't finish. They were masters of starters and masters of failing to finish. At the same time, they would start and fail to finish. They start and fail to finish. Almost everything, nothing was
others
finished.
will argue that at least they started.
Yes. If you start a house, you build it up to a roof level or maybe up to window level, are you going to sleep in that house?
But at least you have done
Will
something.
you tell people to start to have a house?
But at least you have done something.
We want to appreciate them for starting. We want to appreciate them for starting. Of course, we are not happy that they started too many things and failed to finish. So this government, what we want to do, we don't want to move in the same way that our friends moved. We want to move in a proper manner. We look at the money that we have. This money we can be able to do 1 or 2, 3 things. We finish those 3 things. Then we look for another money. We can do that one and that one. We finish those things. At the end of the day, all these projects which we have started by our friends, we are going to finish them. But what we are not going to promise is that we are going to finish them at one time. Because it's wanting to do everything at one time. That's what made our friends fail. So you have to learn from your friends' mistakes so that you don't fall through this in the same ditch. So we are moving, we are very strategic in the way we are doing. We look for money, then we see this money, we can be able to do this and that and that. Then we do those things, we finish, then we look for another money, we are going to do this and this, just like that. So we are going to do quite a lot. For now, our friends, of course, you heard to say that there was a contract that was signed going to Kaputa, because our friends in Kaputa are coming here into Lusaka, and the other side, it is easier for them to use the Mansa Road, Chiengi, they are going all the way into Mansa. So we are prioritizing that one. So if we can develop that one, you say that contract was signed to develop that road, especially from which place is this? This one that goes into Chiengi. Forgot the name of the place. It's called. I've forgotten the name.
Yeah.
All the way, it's in Chelenge itself. Okay. In Chelenge itself, going into Kaputa. Then from Kaputa, that's when you turn now. You go into Kaputa. Yeah. So that road is being done. The contract has been signed. So they are going to have a tar road. That particular part of the country. But also there's a road now that connects Kaputa to the rest of the province. Of course, we have said that we are not going to open up everything. You start building here. These are major projects. We need to put money in place. You do this one, next time you do the other one, next time you do the other one, until you finish. So we have started with that one. Next time, of course, we have started a program of trying to improve that one from Nsama to Kaputa, and also plans are underway to develop the Mporokoso all the way to Kasama Bay. Kasama Bay, yes. Through you go to Mutundu there, you go down into Nsumbu. From Nsumbu, you go to Kasama Bay. All that is about 200 kilometers stretch. It was going under, what do you call it, planning and whatever design. So that one is designed and that one has been done. It's just an issue of looking for money so that a contractor can be taken there. Yeah. So for now, it's just the money, but the design is there.
Most definitely. And Honorable Minister, it looks like there's so many plans with regards to the road networks in the province. But of course, the people of Northern Province will be hoping that what is on paper is now on the ground with regards to road connectivity, because it's very important, especially when we ask the question of unlocking the province. So our people will be waiting for these projects that you have just mentioned on this platform, Honorable Minister.
Yes, I tell people to say that first of all, you need to have a vision. Before you start, when you wake up in the morning, you need to, okay, maybe what I want to do is this where I want to arrive, so that every time it's a vision. From the vision, then you have the strategy. How do you have a strategy without knowing where you are going? It's a strategy for what? Because a strategy is a proper way of arriving to your vision. So the vision that we have as a province, we have identified ourselves that we are a major factor when it comes to tourism. We are a major factor when it comes to agriculture. And we are also coming when it comes to mining. There's got to be a lot of activities that are happening right now in the province. In terms of mining, we must just be the next big mining thing in the country. So what we are trying to do, previously, people have been trying to promote tourism in the province. We do a lot of advertisements. Let people come. But when you look at the way the province is set up, if you are going to Kasama Bay, you say Kasama Bay, the popular Kasama Bay, going there, it's a big challenge. you need a very big vehicle with 3 tires, spare tires, before you reach Kasama Bay. So who wants to, you want to go and visit Kasama Bay? Do you want to go through all those problems? So what do we need to do as government? First of all, we need to put basic infrastructure in place. We need to ensure that this Kasama Bay, you can go there without trouble. That's why we are talking about doing a road which has already been the road has already been planned and nicely designed. We are also doing an airport. We are also doing the road network within the Nsumbu Game Park, so that as you go there, you should be able to go around and be able to view the animals properly. We want to improve that area, but if we are improving that area, we need to ensure that there's network. Power is already there. So we need a road network. We need to have the basic infrastructure in all the various places. We have to put in basic infrastructure so that even if a developer comes, this is someone who is interested in doing something, and in this particular, for example, I would say in Kalambo Falls, there should be a road there. There should be network. There should be power. There should be things that you just go and say, here is a place, can you start developing? Not you find that the one who is supposed to do, if you want to do a lodge in Kalambo Falls, then you must first do the road going to Kalambo Falls, because you won't be able to transport material. Even the people that are going to come, how are they going to come? Which road are they going to use? So we need to put up basic infrastructure, and this is exactly what this government is busy doing. Also in terms of agriculture, we want to thank His Excellency and the UPND government again. For the very first time, we are now the biggest contributors to FRA as Northern Province. We are contributing sometimes 40%. Last time we did 60% contribution to FRA. So we are now contributing to the national food basket. This year, we are expecting another bumper harvest. Last year, we had another bumper harvest. And you have just seen when you go into the province, it was a province we are calling us, no, these are lazy people. Go into the province. You see almost everyone is busy. FRA paid, is it more than 2 billion? Just in Northern Province. In terms of just FRA.
So your province is changing the narrative.
We are changing the narrative. We are being very, very productive. Those who are saying, no, HH is killing agriculture. So we are killing agriculture by attaining the highest levels of production that has never been seen. I don't know if you call that killing. We are now moving forward. HH is transforming agriculture and transforming the province. And I want to thank the people of Northern Province for the effort that they are putting in to ensure that Northern Province becomes productive. And we have plans. We have to work together to ensure to say that Northern Province become number one contributor in terms of national food security, and also in terms of GDP contribution.
Even as people and farmers of Northern Province do heed to your call that they continue to produce more, what is also your assurance from government that this particular crop marketing season, they will not be delayed for their payments, Honorable Minister?
Yeah, we want to really acknowledge to say that they were we couldn't pay them in good time the last marketing season, and we came here, we explained what caused that issue. It's because we have got a president who listens to the people, who really feels for the farmers. When you look at those who have done the basic business, they will tell you to say that in business there is this general rule to say that when you have got a high supply, then demand goes down. When demand goes down, the price has to go, because if there's no demand, what do? You need to reduce the price so that you can sell. Otherwise, you are going to be stranded with your product. So we produced a lot of maize. So when we produced a lot of maize, what everyone expected was that the prices should have gone down. And now the president is saying, no, it's very difficult. I'm the one who went and made a call to farmers. Let's produce in numbers. Let's produce a lot of... Then when they produce, then you punish them by reducing the price. That was not acceptable. That's why you saw government now moving from actually 320 to 340. Instead of going down, everyone expected to say that the prices are going to go down. And now you find that the private sector say, we are not going to participate. Then the president said, okay, we are there for the people. We are going to get every grain that is going to come our way. And so we did. Then we had a huge huge a budget that we are supposed to pay, and that was outside now our budget, because in our budget we had only prepared, because FRA does only for strategic food. So just to reserve some strategic. Now we turned it into now a food a crop marketing agency, and we bought a lot. Of course, we couldn't disturb the budget, so the president again used his genius to ensure that money was found elsewhere to pay the farmers. But to arrange that money, it became a bit difficult, and it took a bit of some time. But we are happy to report to say that every single farmer has been paid because money was found.
So Northern Province has been cleared as of today.
Northern Province is 100% of the monies. Every farmer, if there's a farmer who has not received their monies, please come. There should be a problem somewhere. Otherwise, 100% of the monies that were owed to farmers has been released. It is sitting in Northern Province. If it has not been paid to that particular farmer. But if you go there, you go to their banks, you are not going to find there's no one who is queuing there, because we have paid almost everyone. Of course, there can be one or two people because of this whatever challenge, what happened there. You might not know. We are dealing with thousands of farmers, so you expect such, but money has been released for everyone, and the people have been paid.
Yeah, before we get to the phone lines, why should the people of Northern Province give the UPND another mandate in August? Another 5-year mandate in August.
Good question. The UPND has shown Northern Province that Northern Province, we are saying, there is a lot of potential in Northern Province. Now people can see the potential in Northern Province, thanks to Hakainde Hichilema. Before last crop marketing season, we are selling, even as we are budgeting, 50,000 metric tons to FRA. 60,000. Now we have jumped from those small figures to 400,000. What is the percentage jump there? I don't know whether it's 500, 600% in a very small period of time, very short period of time. We have seen things that's moving. When you go into the province is literally a construction site. And I always tell people to say that problem we have, some of the people, they want to see, when they see a road, then they say there's a construction. In the construction of the road, you find you are constructing a road from this one to that particular one. You see now they are making a road from Kasama to somewhere, to Mbala. Now there's a lot of projects in the road. That's one contractor. But what UPND has done, first of all, we have procured machinery for all the 13 constituencies. They have got yellow machines. And all the 13 constituencies are busy. These ones are working here, those ones are working there, those ones are working here. When you look at the classrooms, which we never had, especially in the rural areas, there was nothing. Now, it's not easy to find a place that, in this particular place, children are seated under a mango tree learning. There's construction everywhere. This is happening. Healthy facilities, whatever. This one is a construction site. Every corner of the province you go to, you are going to find something being built. That's how we're supposed to live. This is very, very different from the where we are coming from. Now, with even the addition of more constituencies, we are going to find that we are going to now to add those numbers of the productive that's going there. When you got 40 million times 13 constituencies, is how much? Just under CDF. It's a lot of money. We are talking about millions, hundreds of millions of money that is being poured into the province to ensure that things can improve. The production that we are doing under our Minister of Agriculture, we talked about the farming, which has billions of money being poured in the province, and also many other projects that are going there. We have about 9 schools that are being built. We have got about 5 hospitals that are being built. We have got a number of issues that the government is doing within the province. So the province is really ticking. Those who are saying, no, there is things, please just wake up. Things have changed. We are coming from a time where you do a contract, because I was given this, most of us were not even doing contract. They were called agents. I can help you get a contract. I can help you do this. When I help you get a contract now, I can help you so that I can sign for you to say that you have finished your contract. So you pay, there's an agent to do that. Then there's an agent comes, no, I can help you get your money. So urgency, everywhere urgency, people getting money. The project that was supposed to cost 2 million, it ends up costing 10 million because most 8 million has gone into urgency. So we don't want such. We want people who can produce. Where there is money, the president always mentions to say that if you have got money here, there should be a product here that you have done. Because that's how accounting works. It's supposed to work. You have done something, that's where you have this money. So for those who got used to having free things, no tantameni, no, I'll go and sit on the corner there and say I'm a commander, and then start getting money from the marketeer, getting money from this. It's not going to happen. Here you need to just change and become productive. You produce, you are going to enjoy it in Zambia, in this particular government, because this is government of hard workers. We want to change the mentality of Zambians. Let's go on there and produce. And this is yielding fruits. That's why you see that our GDP is going up and up every day. I always tell people to say this GDP you are saying, being when they go, the minister is talking about GDP, whatever. What you are doing as an individual has got an input in that particular GDP that is being mentioned. So let's just work hard as all of us, whatever we are doing, no matter how small, when it goes up, the GDP of the country goes up. That's just basic truth.
All right. The number is 0956 200 490. Let's get to your contributions via the phone lines on the number 0956 200 490. That's the number that you can call for your contributions and questions. Let's keep it 60 seconds so that we allow as many people as we can to come through on the program. Hello, good morning. Very well. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Mapalo
Kaoma, where are you calling us from?
From Chilanga, sir.
From Chilanga. Go ahead with the contribution.
Yeah, I want to ask the minister why they paid farmers in January, and also some farmers, they are not yet got the money. Coming to the building, sir, Mr. Minister.
Okay, so let me just get you... sorry, Mapalo, let me just get you straight. You're asking the minister that some farmers are yet to be paid?
Yes, sir.
Which area is that, so that we put context to it?
Come on.
Which area are farmers yet to be paid, so that we just have context to it?
Listening to one pledge where farmers they are calling in Mansa.
In Mansa.
Something like that on the logic.
Okay.
So you can find out in Mansa.
Okay.
Coming to the building. If they would big schools, that's why classes are contained 120, 105, which shows us that they built big classes. But what's surprising me in UPND government, they are building 2 classroom blocks. But when PF is building schools, they used to build 6 classroom blocks. But the UPND are building 2 classroom blocks. And last, as I conclude, you said you built hospitals. Can you name the name of those hospitals you built, sir? Because you are finishing what PF is thinking.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mapalo Kaoma, calling us from Chilanga. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Moderator. How are you?
Very well. Your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Mulenga. Minister Muliuli.
Mkwaya Mulenga Muliuli.
Ichete.
Mkwaya.
Ilidi ashiri amafamazi. Weba chitabara foke ndara mabambiri ashiri amubwalo na mchuo. Bamista lekeni nyewe pali mbesuma. Alambesuma luipo luambaka liopuma mwe mti. Nga mwati mpange bridge ili kuti mwapange isha. Nga mwati mupange omusebo wako akaputi mwapange ishina. Bantu ululuimbo elu abantu bana kokushana. Kakulekesha wa minister, my question, kushepa pali ififilengwa na lesa siapala spoke tuakwata. Tuwavika pona moto ku Mbala. Mwapange nshi mkwetu kwebati abakwisa muno kyalo kyeswe kya Zambia okwisa mu kutamba mapa genshi mukwete okwebati fileita abantu abakwisa mu kutamba.
Okay.
Eno
Alright,
question yakulekeresha yakwebati ngeri ya ground liena mapa ngenshi mukwete because tumona ve kopa belt twakwata na hiyo ngam northern province need mpange mo stadium so that na hivyo tukwate ko stadium even
all right, no, thank you so much, Mlenga. Great to know that you are tuned in. Hello, good morning. You are through to the program. Hello, good morning. Okay, bad line there. You can call us back on the number 0956 200 I know we've only had 2 callers, but so many questions there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Mpika.
Yes, your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Samuel Sidney Chanshi from Kameme of Kalulushi.
All right, go ahead with the contribution.
Yes, my contributions, I want to find out from the minister what is going on about this road from Sansa Musaila via Kifunavuli to Luingu, where he is the minister there. That road, we've been hearing about it up to now. Nothing is happening. How far have they gone and what is happening about that road?
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Really appreciate. The minister will respond to you. Hello, good morning.
Mauka Bwanji.
Bueno Mauka Bwanji.
Lauka Bueno, Wamaka Angela Pagaden.
Wamaka Angela Pagaden.
Bueno Mbanji.
Bueno, la ministra mukamba the previous government tenze kusimutitandizira. Why nakamba so nakumvera ndi pamene mwakamba vambiri va minister kukamba chilungamo under UPND government ni vitani pamene mwasebenza vabwino pakuti ma schools ma hospitals yambiri munayapeza iyo CDF yani iyo olo cash for work iyo sitantaveni va minister malodi anowalapanga va PF ni olimbazani malodi yakumpanga imwe mupakisa vimadoti va already ero mbofa katu grave tu manenekera pamwamba ife yakwatu ku Western Province yamene mwenzo kamba timpanga road from Lusaka to Mongu road ilichabe pakati kati awo va minister simutitandizira imwe na government yanu ni olepera UPND beba mwana apa pa 13th August tukutsosa mponi because simflo yamikira vane munapeza vapanga vanzani muone manyumba ya polisi masoja.
Right. Angela, we'll have to let you go. Thank you so much. I think the minister has got your point. Thank you so much. He will respond to you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Hello, good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Andrew calling from Kasama.
Your name again?
Andrew.
Calling
from Kasama.
Yes, go ahead with the contribution.
Yes. First and foremost, I would love yes, to have the minister on the program today. And my concern is this government, when it came into power, it came up with good aspirations such that we have the notion to say this previous government were seized. Because I'll give an example of this road, which is Giokarejwe Ndola, Lusaka, Giokarejwe. They say it was some kind of double the amount that they have now for that road to be constructed. It was times 3 as compared to now. So we anticipated to say, if this is the case, if these other guys who left the government had doubled their projects in terms of financing. But if this government has come up with this PPP, which they are going now to do at a cheaper safety and quality. But we are not seeing the development that we anticipated previous.
Okay.
You see? So now, today, they are saying they have plans. And as people like Zambians, especially like me, myself, we are born of seeing that those guys used to say, Sonta, where you wait. but it's them saying to say, no, we are underway. This is 5 years now.
Okay.
Now. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll have to let you go. I'm sure the minister has got your point and you will be responded to ably. Thank you so much. All right, Honorable Minister, let's give an opportunity to respond to those. But on top of that, I have a message here on Facebook from Augustine. Let me just double check. That talked about the Mpulungu Kasama road, which according to him, he says it is impassable. So when our work's going to commence there, perhaps maybe he didn't get your explanation. But you can respond to these concerns. We'll get back to the phone lines.
Thank you.
Soon.
Let me just quickly go through Wamapalo, Mwapuleti Wamapalo Kuchilanga. He's saying, why do you pay farmers in January? I think I took time to explain, to say that it was out of love for good people, for our people, that we understand. Our president understands that farming is not easy, and after calling farmers to do to come and produce, when they produce, then you leave them on the road and be taken advantage of by these private buyers. The president said, we are going to support our farmers. And that came at a cost, because we now needed to look for money to pay these farmers. And we want to apologize to our farmers, say that, no, we didn't pay you in good time. But again, we want to confirm, to say that every single way that was owed to the farmers has already been paid. So if there is someone who hasn't been paid, please go to your to the offices and ensure to say that you resolve. There should be a problem somewhere. But in terms of government, the Minister of Finance has released the money, and the FRA has paid us in the province, because we had a very big backlog. We had a huge number of people. What we were doing actually, we asked the banks to start following farmers in their satellites. That's where they are getting from. We never used to want them to come and queue at the banks. We started following them, and we did it in a very short period of time. Immediately the money was released. So we have done, as far as Northern Province is concerned, and as far as government is concerned, every single ngwe that was owed to the farmers has been paid. So those farmers in Mansa, I will relay this information to the provincial minister for Mansa. No, there's this concern to say that there are some farmers in Mansa who have not been paid, so that he can follow up to find out what might have happened. Then they say PF used to build 6 classroom blocks, and now you are building 2 classroom blocks.
You're building 1x3s, the famous 1x3s.
1x3s. Very well. In terms of what type of classroom do you need to build, it's not the government to have a policy to say that, no, as a government, we are going to be building like this. We have got, it's not for the politician. We have got people on the ground, the directors, those technocrats, those that say, this is what we are going to do. This one, no, we cannot do this because of that and that and that. So what we are doing, what is important is providing classroom to these particular people. I have seen 6 classrooms that have been built just recently. One of it is just here in Chawama. There's a 1x6. I've seen a 1x6 in, is it in Chirundu or somewhere there? Yes, I've seen quite a number of 1x6 so that have been built under CDF. So it's just the need for that particular school, for that particular place. This is what we need, is a 1x3. If you need a 1x3, you don't go and do a 1x6 because you just want to show so that we can be able to do a 1x6. No, we are responding to the needs that are there on the ground. So when we ask engineers here, they do. Same our technocrats, they will do the drawings, everything. Government is just a policy to ensure, to say that this is the direction we are taking, this is the money to do these particular issues. Then the technical work is supposed to be done by technocrats who were there during the time of PF, were there during the time of UPN. It's the same technocrats that government use. So what we change is the people on the leadership on the top, but on the ground, the technocrats, they remain. And they are same people who designed the classrooms in PF. There are some people who are designing now, and there are the same people who are going to be designing tomorrow. So this shouldn't be an issue. Then we talk about, mention the hospitals that we are talking about. Here we have what? In Chitimbwa, in Mpulungu, a hospital that is under construction. You go to Around in Mbala, there is a hospital that is under construction. When you go to Lunte, we have got 2 hospitals that are in construction. We have got the 5th one, I need to remember, I didn't put, but we have 5 that are working. So we can take, these are not hospitals which we are saying, no, we are finishing. These are initiated by the UPN ourselves, and we are now building them. In terms of completion also, we have got a number of hospitals that we have completed within the province. We are doing completion, like when you go to Sombo, you find there's a big hospital that we have completed. It started during our friends, but we have completed it. We found it, the contract was, everything was in a mess. We have corrected the issues, and the hospital is now ready for commissioning. We have completed. It's just one of the many projects that we are completing as a European government. We are completing because we are responsible people. It's government money that went into those projects. You cannot say, no, because it's not me who started, I'm not going to finish it. Because when I finish, they will say, it's the one who started who built. It doesn't work like that. UPND is a reasonable government. This government being led by Zambian people who feel the pinch of losing their own money. Because this money, when you say government money, it's our own money. Us Zambians, we own that money. Therefore, if the money has gone there, we are ensuring to say that we complete that particular project so that we can get the benefit of the money that went in there. So we are completing at the same time, we are coming up with new ones. Then Mulenga is talking about the Mbesuma Bridge. Mbesuma Bridge, I think is we put it under procurement. A contractor was identified, but there were some issues. People made. There were some 1 or 2 issues that were there to the issue that contract was it was cancelled, and now it has gone back into, they have advertised it so that we can now maybe try to look up for another contractor to do that particular work. But it has been funded. Money has been seated in the account for quite some time for that particular project. So it's a project that is of vital importance to Northern Province, not only to Northern Province. Even as we are doing the Kasomenda bridge, you need the Mbesuma Bridge, because for traffic to move there, that traffic must pass through that particular place going into Tanzania. Then the Kaputa Road, of course, I mentioned. Kaputa Road, we are trying to deal with the one that is coming from Luapula all the way into Kaputa. So we are doing one thing at a time. Time is going to come so that we can also connect the others that connect to Nsama. That road, we are going to do it. But for now, we are doing that particular road. Then what are your plans for the tourism? I think I mentioned to say that it's not just about an issue of singing, it's about tourism. We have to do the basic things, and this is what government is working on. So once we're done, we are doing a lot of, if you go into the province, we're doing a lot of putting up network, we're doing grid extensions. There's a lot of things that are happening. We are ready to ensure that bridges are done, the roads are passable. Then when we do that, then we come now to say, let's now try to see how we can package this now together, because we have to come with a package. If we are going to come with a package before we do the basic work, there we won't be doing anything. That's why you have seen to say that the government has procured the 100 million that we are calling the Great TDP under the World Bank to help us do the $100 million to help us do the basic infrastructure within the province, so that we can have access to these particular sites that we have. For example, if we say, no, we want to go and visit one of, which area should I say?
Kalambo Falls, maybe.
Kalambo Falls is even better. But if you look at this falls, which is in Mpulungu, going, it's called I've forgotten the name of just the name, but it's very nice. I think
Ntumbachushi?
No, Ntumbachushi is the other side. Then the second biggest falls we have in the country. Very nice falls that we have there, but going there is a problem. When you go there, sometimes you find the rocks on the tree, whatever.
Isn't that Chishimba Falls?
No, not Chishimba Falls. Chishimba Falls is near.
Okay.
So we have got quite a number. So you can even start forgetting names because it's quite a number of sites that we have within the province. And what we need to do, we just need to ensure that these places is basic infrastructure. There's power there. There's a road there. There's a network there. So that then if we say, can you now go and put up a lodge here? They don't need to start building the road. They need to start looking for network. Everything should be there. So we want to ensure that these things are done. Then we say, boom, once we do the basic infrastructure, then we go into full-fledged marketing of what we have there. I'm telling you, we are going to beat quite a number of people, quite a number of provinces, because we know tourism, northern tourism security, we should be the best in the country. We are going to overtake Livingstone. That's our goal, is to overtake and become number one. That's our goal. We want to overtake everyone in agriculture and become number one. We want to overtake everything. That's our goal. And that's why you hear the president talking about provincial economies. That's what he's talking about. That's why we have the devolution, everything moving down the ground. We want to say Northern Province must have an economy of its own, so that we should be measured. This is how much we are now contributing to the national treasury. That's where the president wants to take us. So the plans are there. Then you talk about the stadium. Of course, the stadium, we're going to have all these things. It's just a matter of having resources with us. Then Mr. Sidney talks about the road to Chifunaburi. I think that road, the one that passes through Chifunaburi into Mpulungu, that road has already been advertised. It's something that we are just waiting for the contractor to come on site. And that one, and to give you the information, is being improved to bituminous standard. Those who are saying, no, you are not doing anything. Here is one of the examples of the road. It's a big stretch. We are improving it to bituminous standard, and the contractor should be on site soon. It's something well done and dusted. Then our madam says, no, there are no roads, you are not doing anything. She says a lot of things. I failed even to which one should I pick. Madam, my only advice to you is that, you need to go to a table if you want to understand. First, be in a mood where you can understand. Don't be defensive. Because if you are defensive, you won't listen to anything. You are just waiting to say what you want to say. No. This government is doing a lot of work. If you can't see, then there's a problem. You need to wash your eyes properly so that you can see what is happening on the ground. If the president comes on site and say, we are doing what has never been done in a long period, he's just stating the truth. When the vice president stood in the parliament, I remember it's in 2021, 2022, to say that this exchange rate we are seeing going down is going up. It's because we are doing important things, and it will start coming down very soon. They called her, no, these are the new economics, and they said it's Nalumangonomics. Now that the exchange rate is going down, those people have become quiet. There's no one who is coming up to say, no, did the vice president lie? This president has always maintained he is a Zambian and is going to do things that he thinks are good for Zambia. We are not rushing so that we can do and rush somewhere. We are here to stay as UPND government. Tomorrow, the other day, we are the Zambian citizens. We are going to be here in Zambia. Therefore, whatever we do it as if we are doing it. It's a personal issue. We don't do it because it's just borrowed. No, it's personal. It's us. This is our economy. We have to build it with all the effort, with all the mighty. That's what this government is doing. So, for those who feel, We are not seeing anything. Please open your eyes and be able to see. The president always says, numbers don't lie. We have everything that the president can do. We have everything that the government can do being done right now. It's only that we are not opening your eyes. Don't just look at where you are sitting. Please open your eyes. The country has got 10 provinces, 116 districts. Try to visit. You see what is going on here so that you have a balanced view of what is happening in this particular country. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, thank you so much for coming through to today's edition of Chatback on Radio Christian Voice. We're really grateful all the way from the Northern Circuit to come share with what is happening in the province. Thank you so much, and we wish you and your province all the best. All right.
Thank you very much.
This is where we come to the end of the program. Thank you so much, everybody that called, texted, our Facebook viewers. Thank you so much. This is why we call it wraps. Up next, we do have the news brief at about 11. Then after that, we do get into Wednesday's edition of Lifestyle with Chipo Chama. Stay tuned and remember to share Jesus boldly. Good morning.